Welcome back to How This Mom Does It, and today I'm going to be sharing with you our curriculum choices for the 2017-2018 school year for my second/third grader. If you're interested in seeing what we're going to be using this year, stay tuned. So for the 2017-2018 school year, my daughter, who will be 7, is going to be doing some subjects at a second grade level and some subjects at a third grade level, depending on where she's at with the different subjects. But basically, like with writing, she's going to be doing second grade again, but with some different curriculum. And in math, she's going to be continuing on basically with the same curriculum for the most part, and just moving right along into third grade. So we have added some new things this year that I'm really excited about, and we've decided to continue on with some curriculum that we really liked and just wanted to move forward with. So I've got a lot of cool things to show you, and I'm really excited about this next school year and the changes that we've made. I think it's going to be a really fun year. So I will go ahead and get started and show you what we're going to be using. So for handwriting, we're going to be using Zaner-Bloser again. This will be our third year using Zaner-Bloser. She started the second grade book last year, the second grade manuscript, and you can tell there's an M in the corner. They do have a second grade cursive book, which was my choice last year, but I wasn't able to get it. So we did the manuscript, and she's almost done with it, so we just need to finish it up. And then once she's done with that, we will move on to the third grade book, which is going to be learning cursive. And my daughter's been really excited about learning cursive for quite some time, so I know that she'll be excited about that. So to go along with that, I picked up this cursive Magnetab this year, and that's new. I had never seen it before. I ran across it on Rainbow Resources, and it looked pretty cool, so I thought we would give it a try. I also got the Magnetab lowercase letters in manuscript writing for my son who's learning to write. So my son likes to do the same thing that my daughter does, so I went ahead and got one for each of them since they're both learning something new this year. So I will show you quickly what this looks like. That's what it looks like. It's like that thick. And you just take the magnetic pen and you run the pen along it, and the little magnetic balls pop up. And then you take the pen and then you slide it across it to make them go down. And then the pen stores right there. So pretty easy. And I can go ahead and link that below if anyone's interested in that. The kids haven't got to use it yet, so I don't know if they'll like it, but I thought it was something fun and different. So that is what we're going to be using for handwriting this year. For phonics, we're going to be using Plaid Phonics again this year. This will be our third year using Plaid Phonics, and she will be on level C. We really like the Plaid Phonics program. We tried several different ones in the beginning, and once we found this, we just stuck with it. It was the one that she asked for, and she does it independently with very little help. It's got lots of color and pictures in it, and that's what she likes. This also goes along well with Spelling Workout. They're made by the same people, so the pictures are even the same, which is nice. I like that they go together. It has these foldable little tear-out booklets to make little phonics readers, and my daughter really likes that. I like that it has let's see if I can get to a page. It has the phonics rules at the top, so I don't even get a teacher's manual or anything. I just use the student workbook, and it's worked great for us. So we're going to be continuing with that this year. And then we're also going to be continuing with the Abeka Phonics readers. This will be our third year using those as well. And I really like the phonics readers as part of the Abeka program. We don't use any other parts of Abeka, though. We do use the Bible reader, but other than that, we don't do any of the other parts of Abeka, but I really do like these. I actually got these used for around $2 a piece, and whenever I see them, I pick them up. So it wasn't a huge investment to use them. My daughter really enjoys reading them. She reads them independently. They have comprehension questions, just good quality stories. It has morals and values, and I really like them. So we're going to continue using those, and she's going to be finishing up the 2 second grade and then moving on to 3rd grade this year. In addition to that, we're going to be getting journeys from our charter school. They're changing to a new program, and we're going to see what that looks like and see how I want to add that to our homeschool. I am not sure what it's going to look like for us or how I'm going to integrate it. I'll see when I get it. I've been on Teacher Pay Teachers to see what other people are using with journeys and the different products that are out there to use with it if I wanted to. But other than that, we'll just see when it comes in how we're going to use it. In the past, I've integrated Houghton Mifflin into our Phonics and just English Language Arts program. But the practice book that came with Houghton Mifflin, we didn't really enjoy too much, so we didn't use it that much. And we basically just read the textbook. So I'm not really sure. We'll see. So we were going to be adding journeys this year in addition to Plaid Phonics and the Abeka readers. For reading and literature, we have our family read-alouds that we do together. And I have a list for the year that we're going to be going through. I have a video already on those. If you'd like to check it out, I will link it above. In addition to that, every month we have a list of themed picture books that we go through, and those we read together as well. Sometimes I'll have my daughter read them to my son. Sometimes we'll read them all together. It just depends on what's going on at the time. But every month I have a set books that we'd like to get through, and I have videos on those, and I will put a link for those as well if you're interested in checking out what we're going to be reading by month. And then in addition to that, my daughter has assigned independent reading. So I have leveled readers and beginning chapter books that she'll be going through this year. And my daughter will typically just read the same book over and over again, or the only Junie B. Jones, or certain books that she likes. And I really want her to be exposed to a variety of things, because once she's tried a different book, she usually likes it. So I find assigning her the books it works better for us. And that way we go through all the wonderful books that we have. So she will have a list of assigned reading. And then we'll also be doing literature unit studies. We've been doing that for the past 2 years. This will be our 3rd year. So I try to do some kind of unit study or 2 a month, sometimes 3. It depends on what we're doing in the books that we're working through. Here's a couple examples, like for the Tale of Despereaux. I usually get these on like Teacher Pay Teachers. Sometimes we'll do just a regular lap book from like Homeschool Share. Those are free, which are awesome. It just kind of depends on the book that we're going through and how much time we have. And we've even done some like The Grouchy Ladybug and that as a lap book. We've done things like these foldables where like you lift the flap and there's questions. There's all kinds of things out there. So I'll give you a quick peek at Despereaux here. This one is more writing intensive. We're going to be using these literature unit studies for the main part of her vocabulary curriculum this year. These pretty much always have some kind of vocabulary component to them. And instead of using a set vocabulary curriculum, I'm going to be using these mostly for that. And we really enjoy doing this. We did it, like I said, this is like the 3rd year we're going to be doing the literature unit studies. And I like that we get the comprehension out of it, the vocabulary. She likes to color them. They're usually, the ones I choose, typically have coloring pages to them or some kind of fun craft or craftivity to do. So we will be adding these in as well. And I don't have them all printed out for the year. I usually just print out what we're going to be doing like 1 month at a time, so I'm not doing a huge amount of printing. But I did print, like Despereaux isn't until I think October, but I went ahead and printed this one already when I found it, and then I've got a couple for August all ready to go. We're going to be doing the Year of Miss Agnes, and then Goonie Bird Green. It's a really cute one. So we've got lots of options. I even have some for like Junie B. Jones, some of her independent reading, because she does love those books so much. I found some for Junie B. Jones that were pretty cute as well. So that is what we're going to be doing for reading and literature. For spelling, we are going to be using Spelling Workout again this year. And she actually did this one last year. I don't have level C yet. We're getting it from our charter school. So I wanted to have something in front of me to show you, but I don't have level C. So this will be our 3rd year using Spelling Workout, and I really like it. It isn't the most exciting spelling curriculum. I have a video on it if you'd like to check it out. I go more into depth on how I teach spelling. I use some really cute spelling tests that are actually freebies, and they're all themed for the different months. And you can check that out in the spelling video that I did. I really like those, and my daughter really enjoys doing the spelling test with the coloring sheets. So it does make it a little bit more exciting than just doing the spelling workout. But spelling workout is very easy. She does it independently. It's not teacher intensive. So it's very low stress for us. And it goes along also with Plaid Phonics, which is our phonics program that we use. So I like that they work together. So again, we'll be continuing on with Spelling Workout. And then for vocabulary, I mentioned that briefly already, that we're going to be using the vocabulary from our literature unit studies. But in addition to that, I also have the Scholastic Children's Dictionary. And my daughter started just reading it this year. She just enjoyed reading through the dictionary. So I thought, why am I buying a vocabulary curriculum when I could just have her read through the dictionary? So I don't know how well this is going to go for us, but we're going to give it a try this year and just have her read through the dictionary. I think how I'm going to do it, and this is trial and error. I think I might have her like roll a set of dice, and the number that she gets is the page number she'll read that day. And I'm not going to have her read the dictionary every day, probably once or twice a week. Maybe read a page or two out of it and just kind of skip around so she's getting some variety. Not sure. So we'll see how that goes, and I will let you know. If it works out really good, I'll probably do a video on it and share how I put it together just using a dictionary. So we'll see. But that is what we are going to be using for spelling and vocabulary. For writing, I have several different things that we're going to be using. For my daughter, our big focus this year is going to be writing. She's doing really great in math. Her reading is great. She reads at like a 4th grade level. So I'm not too concerned about any of that, but her writing is a little bit behind where I'd like it to be. And she just doesn't enjoy it. And I want her to really enjoy writing, and we're not there yet. So I've tried different things every year. I feel like every year I try a different writing curriculum, and I just haven't found anything that really works for us. So this year we're just not really choosing a writing curriculum, and I'm putting things together myself. We're going to be doing several different things. We're going to be focusing on writing a paragraph, and I have several different things from Teacher Pay Teachers that I found. My daughter loves hamburgers. It's like her favorite food. So I found the hamburger paragraph organizer, and this I believe was a freebie, and several other organizers that go with it to make a paragraph using the hamburger method. So we are going to be trying that this year and seeing how that works for us. I have several other things we're going to be using. We are going to be, and this is my monthly work binder. If you've seen it in my videos, you've probably seen it. And I have a video on how I organize. If you'd like to see that, I will link it above. And actually, these are the spelling tests I was talking about, the cute spelling tests per month that are freebies. These are really awesome. So if you're looking for a spelling test format, you can use them with any words, which is really nice. For my writing, though, we're going to also be using, it's from first grade is Wienerful. She's the one who does the spelling tests. I like her monthly writing journals, and it's a different themes per month. So we're going to be using those this year as well. And it's basically graphic organizers, which lead into writing a paragraph. So that's our goal this year, is to work on writing complete sentences and start building paragraphs. So each organizer leads up into writing a paragraph. So we're going to be doing some of that this year. And then also we're going to be using the Moffat Girls no prep packets. We're using them with my son at his level, and then she's going to be doing the second grade level. I could have moved her up into third, but I decided to stay with second because I already had several from the end of the year, and we didn't do all the parts to it. I just took a couple sheets here or there from them, and we really liked them. So I decided to just go ahead and do second grade all over again and just do the whole year to make sure we didn't miss out on anything. And she really likes these, and I do too. They're really easy. They're cute. My daughter loves to color, so and she loves the themes like I do. So you can tell I like themes. But it has a little check off of all the things that they'll cover in that packet for the month. And let me see. They're really cute. Color by sight words. Make a statement. Fixing a sentence. Lots of different stuff. So this actually includes language arts and math. So I use this kind of as extra math practice, as well as to get some extra math practice in that has a cute theme to it. We use those as well. So in addition to those, we are going to be using, and we used this last year, so we're going to use it again, the Word Fun book. And this is basically a book that just tells you about nouns and verbs and explains grammar in a fun, cute way. So we really like this book, and we're going to be using that again. We are going to be moving on with Grammar Minutes Grade 3. My daughter's already done Grammar Minutes Grade 1 and 2, and she loves them. She loves the Grammar Minutes and the Math Minutes, so we're going to be doing both of those. And it's basically like one little sheet. It's quick and easy. She does them independently. It only goes up to 100. So basically that's how we count down our 100 days of school, and then we do like a little party. And then once she finishes with the grammar minutes, we do a lot more of the themed grammar. So we'll be using that again this year. And then we'll be working through first language lessons. We did not finish this completely, so we're going to finish that up, and then she's going to move into first language lessons level 2. And then because I'm trying to get my daughter to enjoy writing, and she is a storyteller, she can come up with all kinds of stories. So I'm hoping that this book will get her more excited about writing. When I saw it, it just looked like something she would enjoy, and she's already taken a peek at it and was really excited and wanted to start already. So to me, that's encouraging. But it's really cute. It has all about the author, and it gives them words to help them come up with things to add to their stories, and it's working through how to come up with characters, creating a scene, an action story. The illustrations are beautiful in it. It's a really cute, fun book, and she's already excited about it. So we're going to use that this year. And then both of my children are going to be doing just journaling. I did this in her kindergarten year and then first grade, and we didn't do it last year. We just got busy with other things and didn't do it, and I kind of wish I had. I like being able to look back and see the pictures and the sentences they were writing and what they were thinking about, and I'm having my son do it, even though he's not really writing. He can draw the pictures and do a couple letters or whatever. And it's more just to get them in the habit of writing, and then also just to have a fun keepsake at the end of the year. So they will be doing some journaling. And I always go back to these books, the reading skills and writing skills books. And I believe they're from Flash Kids. Yeah, Flash Kids. I really like their workbooks, and my daughter loves them. So I brought this out again. We didn't finish second grade this last year. We started it and we kind of tried other things. Like I said, we skip around trying to find whatever will work for her. But I put this in the curriculum again this year to see if we wanted to finish it. It has color and pictures, and she actually doesn't mind doing this so much. Of all the writing workbooks and curriculum that I've found, this is one of the ones that she doesn't complain about too much. So we might start that back up again this year. And then, as I said before, our charter is going to be giving us journeys, and I know there's a writing component to that. So I will take a look at what they're going to give us and see if that's something that might work for us. It may not. And then I've recently found this book used. I think I got it for $2. And it goes through just how to write nouns. It's got color pictures. It looks like it's really easy to understand and laid out really nicely. And we did Houghton Mifflin before, but we never got this book. I had never seen this before. So when I saw it used, I went ahead and picked it up and thought we could give it a try. I'll try just about anything in writing. So we're going to give that a try as well and see how that works for us. That is what we are going to be using this year for writing and grammar. So for math, I have a few different things we're going to be using. We are going to be continuing on with Math Mammoth this year. This will be our third year using it. And we have a little bit of second grade left to finish up, and then we'll be moving on to third grade. And I already have that ready to go. I do like Math Mammoth. It's very easy to teach. It's all in the work text. She explains things really well, very clear. My daughter is definitely working above grade level. She tested about a third grade level for math. So I know that she's getting what she needs from it. She doesn't love it, I'll be honest. It's not exciting, doesn't have lots of color and pictures and all that like some other math curriculum have, but it's quick. The lessons are, I'll show you a quick peek. The lessons are quick and easy. It doesn't have a lot of repetitive practice, not a lot of drill. It really lets you customize it, and once you do the lesson, you can add in extra things. The download that I got comes with a worksheet generator too, which I haven't really used, but you can do extra to add things in, and that's basically what I do. I use Math Mammoth as my base, and then I add in extra curriculum to enrich it. So in addition to Math Mammoth, we are going to be using Grammar Minutes, and Math Minutes. Grammar Minutes, I talked about it a few minutes ago, and my daughter just loves the Math Minutes and the Grammar Minutes. They're one of her favorite things to do. She asks for it, and it's basically just one sheet of a little mix of everything, and it only goes up to 100 days, so that's how we count down our 100 days of school. And then once she finishes Math Minutes, then I just add in extra themed math practice when we need it. So we will be continuing on with the third grade Math Minutes this year. And our charter school gives us My Math. That's their chosen math curriculum. So we worked through second grade My Math last year, and we have some of it left to finish up. And I basically just use this as extra practice. It is definitely extra practice. It is not our main curriculum. Math Mammoth is our main teaching curriculum. I use My Math as just extra practice. So, and they go pretty well together. I will say that My Math is a lot easier, I think, than Math Mammoth. So she enjoys it. It's got color and pictures. So she thinks it's fun and it's pretty easy for her. So we will continue using that. And I also got a calendar board this year, and this is what my TK/kindergartner is going to be doing with my daughter at the same time. So they'll be doing the calendar together just for her, more just for fun, as he's learning the calendar. But I thought I would show this because it's pretty neat. It's just a single board, and it's all the pieces are there. We've had other calendars in the past that are magnetic, and they get all over the place. The pieces get lost. So I really like this, and I picked it up, and it was a little over $10. So it wasn't a huge investment, and we're going to be using that. And then lastly, I will be getting, hopefully, teaching textbooks as well. I don't have it yet, so I will see how we like it. I'm excited about it. I've been wanting to try teaching textbooks to see where we want to go from Math Mammoth. When I bought Math Mammoth, I bought years 1 through 3, so I got it as a package. And I knew after grade 3 I'd have to make a decision what I wanted to use next. So I had the opportunity to get teaching textbooks from our school. And I'm going to go ahead and give that a try. I'm going to use it as extra practice this year and see how we like it. If we love it, then it may become our base curriculum for next year. I'm not sure yet because I still like Math Mammoth. So we'll see. So we're going to add in some teaching textbooks, and I may do a review on it when we get it and see how we like it. And that is what we are going to be using for math this year. For science, we're going to be using elemental science, earth science, and astronomy for the grammar stage. And both of my children are going to be using this curriculum this year. My TK/kindergartner is just going to be doing the coloring pages. My daughter is going to be doing the student workbook, the coloring pages, and the quizzes. So we did use elemental science last year, and both my daughter and myself really liked it. So when we find a curriculum we both like, we just go with it. So we're continuing on with elemental science, and the required book list that they give you has a couple options. So they divide it up by grades. So the grades 1 through 2 has a set of books you can choose that you would need to purchase, and then the higher grades have a set of books that you would need to purchase. So we went with grades 1 through 2, and my daughter loves these Basher books, the Basher science books. So when I saw that that was the required books, I knew she'd really like it because she loves these books. So Planet Earth and the Basher Science Astronomy. And she's already been trying to read these, and I've been trying to hold her off of reading them. So so she has something to read for the rest of the school year, but she may get into these and start reading them already. And then also the Nat Geo Kids Rocks and Minerals, and then the glow-in-the-dark constellations. And then they also, at the end of the year, are going to have her do read a biography on Neil Armstrong and do a report. So they basically said you could choose any biography you find, but they recommended the Who Was Neil Armstrong, and we liked the Who Was series, so I went ahead and picked that one up. And then this isn't part of elemental science, but I found this used, and when I saw it, I thought my daughter would really enjoy it. She loves to craft, and she loves science, so I figure a craft book for science, I couldn't lose with that, so I went ahead and picked that up for her. And then lastly, we'll also be continuing with the Christian Liberty Nature Reader. She's done books 1 and 2, and now she's on book 3, and I really like these, so I wanted to make sure we didn't miss out this year. So she's going to be reading that as well, and that she reads independently. It's more like a phonics reader for her, but for science. So she's going to be reading that this year as well. And if you're interested in seeing more of the elemental science curriculum and all the extras I'm going to be using with it, I will link a video above that I've already done for that, and you can check out all of the resources that we'll be using for science this year. For history this year, we are going to be doing Story of the World Volume 2, the Middle Ages. We did do Story of the World Volume 1, Ancient Civilizations last year, and my daughter really enjoyed it and asked to do it again, so we are continuing on with the Story of the World. I do have the physical book However, we actually listen to it. I have it as an audiobook as well. I do like having the physical book though, because we're able to go back and reread sections or look at different things. So I like having both the physical book as well as the audiobook, but we will be listening to it. So we have that. And then I also have the Usborne Encyclopedia of World History, and this is what we used last year as well, so I was able to reuse this. And then these are the quizzes for the story of the world, and I actually got this used, so when I saw it, I picked it up. It was like $1, so I figured if I use it, great. If I don't, we didn't do the quizzes last year, but I may this year, I'm not sure. And then we will also be getting the activity book from our charter school for free. So I don't have that yet, but I will be getting it. And I highly recommend the activity book. That's what gives you what pages to read in the story of the world, as well as the encyclopedias. It gives additional suggested reading and activities you can do, the narration questions, the student pages, a lot. So we will be getting that. I did go ahead and purchase the student pages off the Well-Trained Mind site as a PDF. I don't want to copy things out of the book. I just don't want to sit and copy. I prefer to just print, and that's my preference. So I went ahead and purchased the PDF of just the student pages, and I believe it was $10 for just the student pages. But you really do have to have the activity book as well, or you won't know what to do for the maps. So if you do purchase the student pages, you really do need to have the activity book as well. But this is what the student pages look like. You have maps and coloring pages. Sometimes they have comic books and different things that you can color. My daughter really enjoys doing it, so we're going to be using that. And in addition to the student pages, we're going to be doing a couple projects. We're going to be using the famous figures of the Renaissance. We used the famous figures of the ancient civilizations last year, I believe is what it was called. And basically it's these figures that you cut out and you attach with brads, and they're movable figures. And you get one that's plain and then one that's fully colored. So you could technically use it with two different kids and have one child color one, and the other one, maybe who doesn't like the color, can just cut it out and make the figures. But that's what that looks like. So we're going to be doing putting together some of the figures from this. And then in addition to that, we are going to be listening to one biography a month from someone from the time period. So I have mostly the Who Was series, and I got them on Audible for around $2 each. Some are a little bit more, some are actually a little bit less. Really good deals, and it was actually cheaper than buying the physical book, so I couldn't pass that up. And then a couple of them, I think Joan of Arc, I have a picture book that we're going to be reading, and Johannes Gutenberg, I have a CD that as told by Jim Weiss. If you're interested in seeing all of more of what I'm talking about and all the other resources I'm going to be using, because I really have a lot for this time period, I will link the video above that I did for that, and you can check that out. And in addition to and for the biographies, my daughter will be doing like a report once a month on that historical figure. So she'll basically just be writing a paragraph on whoever we studied that month. And then we're also going to be doing the Beautiful Feet books timeline. We did this last year with the ancient civilizations, and we really liked it. It was very easy to do, and it was only $10. So I really like this, so we're going to go ahead and do it again as an end of the year project. And then lastly, we are going to be reading through Goodnight Stories for the Rebel Girls. This is a book about different women who've done great things. So it's got Astrid Lindgren, Cleopatra, Elizabeth I. There's modern women in here, a lot. So my daughter's going to be reading through these, probably like one story a week maybe, or more if she's really into it. But I wanted to start reading through this, so we're going to incorporate that as well. And that is what we're going to be doing for history this year. For geography, I'm doing something a little bit different this year. In the past, we've used map charts and globes from Modern Curriculum Press, I believe, and we liked it. It's a good program. My daughter enjoyed doing it. It was really easy. But I saw this Legends and Leagues, and I really wanted to give it a try. It's teaching geography through a story. And I thought that that would be really interesting to my daughter, and I thought my son would actually be interested in it as well. He's not going to be doing the workbook, but he'll probably read this storybook along with us. And this is by Veritas Press, and it's about Mr. Tardy and how he always gets lost, and has Mr. Longitude and Mr. Latitude. It's just really cute. So this is the storybook for it, and then this is the workbook. And there, I believe, are 5 different sets that you can get. This is just the first one, and then there's one for north, east, south, and west. And then to go along with it is the geography songs. So this comes with a CD, and it's supposed to go together. So we haven't used this yet, and this is new for us this year, but it looks really fun and interesting. So we will see how we like it. This is the workbook, little flip through. And then the geography songs. And I've seen this used in other curriculum as well. This was just the Legends and Leagues said that we needed to get this as well. But I'd actually been wanting to get the geography songs anyways because I've seen it used a few times and wanted to give it a try. So that is what we're going to be using this year for geography. So for Bible and character, and I would even say like life skills, I have a few different things we're going to be using. For Bible, she's going to be reading through the Abeka Primary Bible Reader. We do the Phonics books as I've shown earlier, so I'm going to have her go ahead and read through the Bible Reader this year. And then I picked this up used for about $1. It's the ABCs of Character, a character building primer. And I liked how this was laid out, pretty quick, easy, simple format. Every letter is basically a character or quality trait, and it gives a definition and like a little story or a poem. So I figured we would read through maybe one character trait a week or something like that. And then I printed out this because I didn't want to forget to talk about it. I don't have the physical book for this. I have this as an audio book, and we're going to be listening to it. It's 7 Habits of Happy Kids, and I read a lot of good reviews about it. So I thought that that might be helpful for my both of my children, but especially my daughter. So we're going to be listening to that this year as well. And then basically for life skills, for my son, I'm focusing on different skills for him as well. And I have like a checklist I'm going to be going through, like tying your shoes and that type of thing. But for my daughter, I wanted to focus on more practical life skills that I maybe forgot to teach her. When they're with you all the time, at least I do, I forget to teach certain things because you assume that they know how to do things and maybe they don't. So to make sure I'm touching on all those things that maybe she doesn't know, what to do in case of certain emergencies. This has some things that I don't know she would be ready for. But I plan to use it just as a guide and kind of a jumping off point to talk about certain situations and what she might do in case of different things. Like there are obviously some things that that's a little too mature for her at this point. So I would pick and choose just topics to talk about that I think would be appropriate. So like a bee sting, a scraped knee, like how to handle those things yourself, choking, an earthquake. And we've covered some of these things, but I don't think of everything. So I picked this up and I thought, this wouldn't be bad to kind of go through and just pick and choose different things that that I might want to cover with her. So we're going to go through this a little bit and use that as a jumping off point to talk about some life skills. So that is what we're going to be using for Bible and character and life skills. So for art this year, I have a few different things. And I will say last year I was horrible about art. I had some things and I had the best of intentions, and art was just the one thing that didn't happen. We did lots of crafts, but we didn't do a specific art program. And so this year I really wanted to incorporate more art and art history into our curriculum. And since we were studying the Renaissance and as part of our history this year, it just made sense to do that. So I picked up a couple different things. I have the CD for different artists of the Renaissance as told by Jim Weiss. So we're going to be listening to that. And then I also got, these were used, so they were only $1 a piece, so I couldn't pass that up. Getting to know the world's greatest artists. I have several of these from the time period. And then also I got these Art for Children books. And they're written in a way that's easy for them to understand. And actually, let me flip through that too for you so you can see. They're really easy to read. So my daughter will actually read these all on her own, and then we can discuss them. And then I also picked up this book, Painting in the Renaissance. And this one I will probably read with her. So some that she could read on her own and some that we will read together. And then in addition to that, I also have biography for Leonardo da Vinci that we're going to be listening to. And she will do a little biography report on him. And then for fun, I have the It's Fun to Draw Knights and Castles, since we are doing medieval times and Middle Ages in history. And this is a really cute book. I got this on, I believe, Rainbow Resources. And it just teaches them how to draw different things. And my daughter's really into doodling and drawing. And my son is just starting to get into learning how to draw. So I thought that they would both enjoy that. So that is what we are going to be doing for art this year. And lastly, we're going to be incorporating typing this year. I actually bought this at the end of her first grade year. And we tried it then in the beginning of first, second grade as well, and she really wasn't too interested in it, and so we just kind of dropped it. So I want to try it again. The program was pretty cute. She didn't dislike it. The typing was just a little hard for her. So we're going to give it a try again this year and see how she does with that. And the one I have is Typing Instructor for Kids. And I remember I got it on like a super deal. I think it was maybe $5 or something like that. It was really, really cheap when I got it. So I'm not sure how much it costs now, but that's what we are going to be using for typing. I wanted to give you a quick peek before I end the video at what my lesson plan spreadsheet would look like printed. So this is basically 1 week's worth of work, so one tab. And I just print it like this, and this is how it comes out. And I have all the subjects listed. Even at the bottom, I have a place for PE, which would be like our tumbling class, anything like that. And then activities, so field trips, clubs, other classes, anything like that. I can add on there and see what we were doing that week. I am still making changes and adding things around, so I'm working on all my lesson plans. I hope to have them all done for the year in the spreadsheet, so I can basically be smooth sailing for the rest of the year. That's the goal. So that's what I'm working on right now, is finishing up my spreadsheets. I hope to get a video up soon where you can kind of come along with me in my planning process and see how I put it all together. So be on the lookout for that video. And also I am working on a video for the independent readers that my daughter will be reading. So seeing all the leveled readers and beginning chapter books for the year, in addition to the rest of our monthly themed books that will be coming soon. So be on the lookout for those videos. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments, and I will try and get to as many of them as I can. And if you have any requests of videos or things that you'd like to see, please let me know. That helps me in choosing what types of videos to make. I hope you liked this video. If you do, click like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.